What's up to my All-in fam? You're all in with me, your girl All.i.C, and you see it. You see it. You know I gotta represent for Selena, the queen of Tejano music's Texas stand up. Hey, y'all go to Netflix and check out the Selena yLosDinos family legacy. And it's almost like you're sitting right in the home with them, you visiting, or you like a cousin or family to them, and you sitting on the floor like your cousin's family telling stories when they were going through this. Probably they probably gave us so many photos and videos, especially in that time period. I'm so glad that they had so many videos of her, and it feels like we're just sitting on the living room floor. We full, we just ate, and we in the their house, and we looking at pictures, and we listening at the perspectives from the mom, the dad, the sister, the brother, everybody that was there in their company, her husband Chris. It just felt really like we were a part of the family. Selena and her family were just ahead of their time. That is so unreal. And I'm so glad that they were able to be a representation to their culture, Latino, Mexican heritage, and to Texas for sure. And it's like global at this point. So I just think of how she was breaking barriers that many people hadn't even touched yet. From the videos, it was almost like she was doing her own little blogs or something, like she was on social media then, and it makes it even so much relatable now. You know what I mean? It just seems like she was so laid back, one of those people you gonna laugh or smile every time she probably came in the room. And for her, one of the things that her mom talked about, with time, this young lady's life is still shining through so many people. So I could only imagine, her being here, and then not that she had such a big impact on so many of us, that when you even see her in that smile or whatever, you like, here comes Selena. She gonna make somebody laugh. So I can just imagine, the void that's going on in her family. But to see all the young people, and people not just of the Mexican heritage, loving on Selena, like she's a jewel to all of us for real. Even her voice, when she talks about how she loves so much music, and I know in certain documentaries she said, different soul and pop and all of that, you saw it in her dances, in her song, and she was able to bring cultures together across that way. And she was singing, I think, a cappella on something. Her voice was so strong to just be in her 20s. Like, you would have thought that she had been singing much longer than that. So I can only imagine what would music be like right now if Selena was here and producing. What would her children and their groups and things that she thought about raising kids and stuff or whatever, like, where would it be? I'm a dreamer, so I'm like, it would not be the direction it is. I think if she was still here, it would be totally different for sure. One thing that really touched me in the documentary was the bond of the family, their faith, their discipline, the work ethic. It was really, 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 really unmatched. And 20, 30 plus years now, that bond is still there, even without her being physically here. Her presence and the love that they have for each other, you can see it, you can feel it, and we're still here able to love on her, still sample and listen to the music, and just, feel like you're in with the family pretty much. And it wasn't that they were just making the music, they were building like a legacy that cannot be broken at this point. And again, like I said, her being so young, I think not even just music, but what about the fashion? Where would it be today? It was almost like she was such a visionary. She was doing almost like social media posts and things, and she was just like I said, she was above her time, beyond her time. Where would fashion be right now? I mean, I loved all the outfits, the colorfulness of it, the detail that she put into it. And I see it so many young women who also probably pick up that same style. And it's like a lot of it is living through us, especially that lipstick. Y'all need to go ahead and get back, put that lipstick back out again, okay? I'm also so thankful that she was able to get married to Chris and, enjoy love. And even though they didn't get to raise their own children right now, they have so many nieces, nephews, cousins, homegirls, kids from the neighborhood of all races, that and diversities that just love Selena. And I remember back when she passed, and I probably was like in elementary, almost middle school, and from Oak Cliff, when I say that area, off of Jefferson, y'all, I had never seen so many flowers, candles, gifts. I mean, it was so packed, and people were around, and they was wearing the t-shirts, and you could just feel, the sadness, but the joy in it, whatever. I'll never forget that. And I had never seen that. And I remember even going down to the hotel where she stayed and going to Corpus where they had the figure of her. Y'all, we was crying. We cried so much, and we went. It was just a lot. This documentary also reminded me why she was the queen of Tejano music and just the queen, period. Um, it reminded me that she dreamed, and she dreamed out loud. She dreamed boldly. She didn't wait around. She utilized her time well. So we can't be mad at that, because what happens, like her dad said, it is what it is, and it's true. Um, she chased her dreams, and she stayed rooted in family, faith, and all of those things that we need before we leave this earth. So we don't take what happened to her in vain. We still lift her up, and thank, God for her being here to be a representation and a positive role model to so many little girls and boys and cultures around the world. It was well put together, kudos to the family, prayers still to her family, brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, and most of all, her mom and her dad. Um, we thank you for sharing your stories and your daughter's life with us, whatever. So this was really, really good, and I'll be watching it again and crying and taking my lashes off or whatever, because it's just, unfortunate, but also a testament to dream. Keep dreaming, y'all.